How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to change the oil and oil filter on a 2001 Jeep Cherokee. The 2001 Jeep Cherokee, you're going to need 6 quarts of 10W30, and the owner's manual gives you an option between, I think, either 10W30 or like 5W30 under different driving conditions, but I chose 10W30, and I'm using Pennzoil high mileage conventional oil. I did think about using full synthetic oil, but I read online that it can cause leaks just because of how smooth it is. It can like loosen up all the gunks and all the cracks and stuff and get through there. And then this is the filter that I'm going to be using. It's a Purelator 1. It's supposed to be good for 10,000 miles. I got all 3 of these things from Advanced Auto Parts. I think it was almost like 40 bucks, so not too bad. Like I said, 6 quarts of 10W30 and an oil filter of your choice. And what I'm going to do is actually drive up on these ramps that you see here, just so I have a little bit more room to get under there. And because Jeeps have pretty good ground clearance, unlike Challengers, this thing was a pain to get under. It is also a good idea to warm up the engine just a little bit to get the oil a little bit like less viscous, I guess, so it can flow out a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and drive around a little bit and then drive up on these ramps. So you're gonna need a 16 millimeter for this. I already got it about hand tight, so it's already loose. I just want to slowly loosen it a little bit, and then make sure you don't drop the drain plug.
Yep. Very good, very good. You got it.
Then obviously make sure you have a little pan right underneath so it doesn't spill all over your floor.
This is dripping here, right? It's not dripping on the floor.
Yeah. And like I said, this is a 6 quart oil pan, so it's going to be draining for a while. Then make sure you let it drain all the way. And then whenever it starts dripping a little bit slower, we're going to take off the oil cap so it releases vacuum. You already took it off?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to take the oil cap off to release all the vacuum to get more oil out of there. And just make sure you get the most out of there as possible. The oil filter on the Jeep is actually kind of in a little different position. It's this white thing right there. It's probably going to be easier if you take it off from the top, which is what I'm going to try to do. And then it is going to be dripping down there, so you definitely want to make sure to have a pan right below it. Then you just want to slowly kind of lift it up and take it out, like in between all these hoses and stuff, and make sure to spill as little as possible.
Yep, keep going. Hopefully there's not much left, so it's not gonna drip down because it's so much higher than the drain, right? So
yep.
Try to. Oh. Okay, we got it. It's good. Good. Let it drain. Let it drain. Let it drain. Let it drain. Don't do it now.
Okay.
Because if it drains, it's gonna drain, although slowly, but it's gonna drain as much as possible, right?
Yep.
So it's going to need much less to spill.
So pretty much what I just did is unscrewed the filter a little bit, and I'm gonna let it drain a little bit to get most of it out of there so it doesn't just spill all at once.
Yeah.
Tell me when it's not draining as much.
Yeah. Now you can maybe half a turn. Yep, we got it. Okay, that's okay. Get it up. Yep.
Alright.
You got it?
Yep. Alright, so as you see, we did get the filter off of there. It wasn't too bad at all. It was a weird position, like I said, but it's not that bad. And as you can see, there's where the oil cap goes. That's where you're gonna fill up the oil, and it is also a good idea to go ahead and clean that area around. I'm actually gonna let this keep dripping for probably like 20 minutes maybe, just to make sure it's all out of there. As you see, there is the pin, so I have the drain plug and the oil filter out. I'm gonna let it keep dripping, and then after that, this is the new filter. What you want to do with this is actually take some oil and kind of rub it around the O-ring, and then put this back in. And something I also like to do is pour a little bit of new oil down there while the drain plug is out, just kind of filter everything out, and then put the drain plug back in and fill all 6 quarts in there. Like I said, I'll be back in about half an hour once I let this drain all the way. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and flush out a little bit of the old oil with this new oil. Just gonna drip a few drops from there, not much. See, I have a funnel in there as well. And then you can hear it's kind of coming out of the drain plug. That's probably all I'm going to use. So now we're just putting some oil on the O-ring of the new filter, and then we're going to go ahead and screw it back on. Like I said, you want to make sure to clean off the surface and the drain plug. And just go ahead and thread the drain plug back in. Now you're ready to pour in the 6 quarts of your brand new oil. Alright, so the oil cap is back on, as you can see. Now I'm going to go ahead and start the Jeep up. Alright guys, so there you go. That's how you change the oil on a 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. The process is going to be the same for all XJs. It doesn't matter what year you have. As long as it is an XJ, it's going to be the same process pretty much. Once again, the type of oil that I use is Pennzoil high mileage conventional 10W30. You also have the option to use 5W30. I believe that's what it is. Make sure you check the owner's manual, be sure, but I believe the 5W30 is only if you're operating the vehicles in really low temperatures, but otherwise you just use 10W30. I also use the Pure Later 1. This is what it looks like. It has a blue box and it's blue. And altogether it was about $40 for the air filter and 6 quarts of oil at Advanced Auto Parts. Like I said in the video, it is a good idea to make sure to clean everything, like the drain plug, the oil cap, and kind of like on the inside of the oil cap. And just to make sure you keep everything clean, and also you want to rub a little bit of oil on the O-ring of the filter. Just to quickly summarize, all you have to do is release the drain plug with a 16mm, and then once it's already draining, you want to unscrew the oil cap to release the vacuum so all the oil can drain out. And then you want to take the oil filter off, and it is kind of in a weird position as you saw there. And you want to make sure to unscrew it slowly so it doesn't all like come out at once, and you're gonna find that it will start draining out whenever you start loosening it a little bit. And you want to make sure to keep it in that position and let all the oil come out before you actually unscrew it all the way. And once the draining kind of slows down, you can actually like go ahead and unscrew it all the way, and there will still be some oil inside there. So obviously you don't just want to tip it over, because then it's all going to come out like in your engine, and that's not what you want. You want to make sure to keep it upright so you don't spill anything like on any of the hoses or anything in here, because you just want to make sure to keep it as clean as possible. And once you do that, I like to kind of like flush out the oil with brand new oil. Just a few drops of oil in there, nothing crazy, but just to kind of like drain out all the used up oil, anything else that's in there. And then you want to let it drain. I'm letting it drain for like half an hour because I want to make sure it gets literally every single drop out of there. Most people just literally wait maybe like half a minute, if anything. That's all up to you, depends how long you want to wait for that. After you let it drain out, you want to put the new filter on, and like I said, make sure you rub a little bit of the new oil onto the O-ring, and then tighten on the filter, and then you want to make sure the drain plug is on, and then you can pour in the 6 quarts of the new oil, and then you're basically done after that. And it is a good idea to check the dipstick to make sure it's at the right level. But if you put 6 quarts in there, you should be good. I am planning on doing a lot more maintenance things to this Jeep before I actually start with the off-road mods. Something else that I'm planning to do is the transfer case fluid, transmission fluid, and filter. I want to sand down all the rust that's on the undercarriage and use some POR 15 to undercoat it to get rid of all the rust. I also want to flush the radiator and change the coolant. I also want to change the oil in the front and rear diffs. I'm also going to put in a brand new air filter, and I also want to put in new spark plugs. And this is a 2001, like I said, so it does not have a distributor So I think those for the 2000s and the 2001s, those were the ones that don't have the distributor. So that's what I'm gonna do for all the maintenance things for this Jeep. Then after that, I'm gonna start off with the off-road mods. 3-inch lift, 31-inch tires, a whole bunch of other stuff that I have on my list. And probably before that, I will go ahead and get LED headlights for this thing, because these stock headlights really don't work at all. You can't see anything with them. I know most of you guys are probably just here for the Challenger videos. I still have the Challenger, I just haven't been making that many videos with it because now I got this new toy to work with. But like I said, the Challenger is still here and I'm not going to stop making videos with it. Yeah, if you guys liked this video or found it entertaining or informative, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely want to subscribe to see all the new Jeep content. And as always, thanks for watching.